Welcome back to Built to Ship, the podcast where we go behind the scenes with founders and product leaders shipping real AI products into the world. Today, I'm joined by Mitul, co-founder and CEO of Accelate.ai, an AI product development agency that builds voice and text-based agents for sales qualification, customer support, lead follow-up, and more. Looking forward to digging in. Mitul, great to have you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much, Taylor, to inviting me in this podcast. And I would love to talk about my experiences and how I am contributing nowadays with AI and through AI agents.
Great. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Maybe we can start with your background. What were you doing before Accelate, and what kind of got you the idea for starting this company?
Okay. So about my background, I worked in two startups. So from 2021, I started my career, and nowadays, like back to 2024, I ended my I was doing job as a founding engineer in one of the code generation startup based in India. So I was working there, and as I hired as a founding engineer, I got a lot of experience about building a product from the scratch, and how can I design algorithm in a way to generate a code. So that is what my experience is. So I worked around from 2021 to 2024 in the startup, and then later I started this Accelerate. So in Accelerate, I my vision is helping startups, founders, and the enterprises to build AI products or AI solution to integrate in their workflow and to automate their tasks. So that is what it is. And nowadays, I am contributing more in AI agents. Not only the AI agents who does the single sort of workflow, but it's all about the network of agents. So one agent is orchestrating list of agents and calling internally and all. Also, nowadays I am working on SLMs as well. So training small language model to for the enterprises actually, because they can afford this. It requires a lot of GPU. So and I'm helping them to train the SLM and have a workaround.
Great. Yeah, super interesting. Well, I wanted to ask about your background. You mentioned that you were in code gen. What have you seen change? Like, how different is it from when you were working on it as a founding engineer versus now the products that are out there? And are there any that you really like? In terms of the code gen products that exist today?
Yeah. So I don't know. I can mention product name or not, right? But the thing is, I hired, and the founder told us. Actually, we were the team of 50 people. The founder told us idea that I want to build this, right? It's a kind of a developer OS, and really, according to his vision, he's able to build. And then the difference between nowadays and at that time is, at that time, I was working more on the backend and cloud, managing the infrastructure, managing the backend as well, right? And I contributed in a team of a code generation team of Node.js, where by providing some sort of models, your APIs would be created automatically, right? So before LLM was there, before LLM was launched by OpenAI, before that organization generate code for the Flutter, Node.js, and all. So yeah, I wrote an algorithm, contributed in a team, like, and created backend from scratch. Nowadays, the things are completely different. People can, or I can create a backend in within a few minutes through the cursor, and everyone loves it. And so there is no problem in the development side, but the main thing that I'm working and the main that are facing would be how we can integrate an AI agent and agentic workflow, which actually returns the good results compared to the having a fluff or having a hallucination. So that is what. So previously I was not modular, but nowadays I'm more modular because agents are modular, right? So that is what the difference is. Initially, I was getting a single problem to solve when I was working in product based company or a startup. Nowadays, as I'm running or I'm providing services to the various enterprises and startups, I'm getting daily problems from them and solving them, which makes me more confident. And yes, that is what I'm doing. So doing a single thing currently, now I'm doing multiple things at a time, and understanding more, and still learning is the key in life, and learning again and again.
Definitely. Yeah. Especially with this technology wave, there's so much new things coming out every day. And so you always have to be learning. When it comes to, you mentioned how like the biggest challenge is kind of now it's easier to generate code, it's easier to build a back end, but it's harder to figure out how do you actually integrate these things and use them in your business. What's the process that you take your customers through to help them with that? What does that look like?
Okay. So previously, back to 2024, or I can say 23, these software development agencies or industry are working around the feature list. The client gives you the requirement. You will list out the features and details and just ship the product as soon as they launch. But nowadays, I'm more interested about the user journey, right? How the user will come to the platform or come to the product, how the user will behave, how the user will feel aha, that kind of moment, and it actually solves the problem. So previously, I was seeing and working in a way that we need to do this because it's a feature. But nowadays we need to do this because it gives you the good user experience, and navigates to the good user journey. So nowadays, if anyone comes to me and say I want to build this, I would my first question is what's your user base and how they can use the product or application directly, and how you think about the user journey, and according to that I define the use case, not a features, use case, and then I go ahead.
Great. Well, I'd love to kind of bridge into some of the actual use cases that you see and that you support. So, is that a lot of text-based things? Is it a lot of voice? Is it around customer support? Like, tell us what you're seeing out in the market with what use cases are really providing value for companies.
Okay, so right now in this market or industry, text is going good, and because it is launched around 2.5 years, right? So it is getting improved better and better day by day. But for voice, people want low latency. So when I was working, and I'm working with the voice based product, right? They want that it should not look like a robotic or non-interactive. It should look like an interactive, that actual human is speaking with you, right? Adding the background voice like a telecommunicator, right? When someone calls you from the telecommunication, right, you will see the file base and telephonic background voice. Adding that background voice to feel like, okay, it's an actual thing. So yeah, people think more and more interactive when it comes to the voice. But in text, we can set up the thing like we want, because in text there are so many parameters, right? But in voice, there is the only limitation is, first of all, is the latency. Latency is quite big nowadays for any platform, right? And 11 labs and VAPI are solving that through their good architecture, but still they sound like a robotic. And yeah, it is improving day by day better, right? So that's the thing. So nowadays, if you want me, or if anyone wants to build a voice based agent, right, they will face a latency, a robotic kind of behavior, because you are just prompting and adding your tool calling and function, and all things, right? So you will feel like a more robotic. And in image, in I'm also working with the vision based LLMs as well. So in that case as well, generating image is a completely different thing, compared to the identifying the object from the image. So that is also what I'm working on.
Great. And when it comes to these voice applications, for example, what are they? Are they customer replacing customer support? Are they sales calls? Like, tell me more about what the voice is actually being used for.
Okay, so 80% of project I have right now, it's about sales inbound or sales outbound. So what the people want, as soon as a record, or I can say any lead added into the CRM, right? An automatic call would be executed to the client. It would talk like a real human, and it would have a session. And according to that, the user will answer and it will update the leads. Rest of the 20% project I do have, it's about actual use cases where it's needed. One use case I have about communication between patient and doctor. So it's in automation in healthcare. So someone comes to the doctor and they have consultation going, right? All the consultation would be recorded and transcribed and later the summarized into the EMR, like electronic medical record for the respective patient. So this is the actual use case, which is a solving problem and automating things in healthcare. And rest of the use cases are based around in Shopify, someone leaves the product in cart, an agent will call you after half of an hour. So like managing abundant cart, that is also a use case. So calling, it's more on support sales use cases nowadays in voice that I have and I'm seeing. But some are the actual use case as well, where it's about healthcare, mental wellness. One of the project I'm working, it records your meeting, right? And according to your meeting, it will tell you what I need to improve and what is improved on the past conversation. So these are the actual use case, which is kind of a human companion.
Great. Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask, you mentioned 11 Labs, for example. What are other technologies that, your team uses to build these projects? Like, is there, others that you really, you know, any SaaS tools, LLM providers, etc., that you like to leverage?
Yeah, so we worked in 11 labs. We also work in VAPI, or I can say VAPI.ai. Another thing is a PlayHD and PipeCat. So by combining them, we also worked. We also worked in Agora with integration of OpenAI real time. And there is also a product for which is one of my friend is working on, which is Video SDK. It is also on character based AI agents and all. So that is what we have worked as well.
Super cool. And would you repeat, what was that Agoda that you said? How do you spell that? I haven't heard of it before.
Agora,
Okay.
Agora.
And what do you use that for again?
At the end of the day, fundamentally, Agora uses OpenAI real-time model.
Mm,
So OpenAI has real-time model which gives you the interaction, and I can
cool.
say the stream to talk to and to have a speech-to-speech communication pipeline. I can say.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, I wanted to ask now, what's next for Accelate? Like, what's the big next milestone? Anything you're building? Is it just continue to serve more customers? What's your vision for the company?
Okay, so currently my longer vision is to building a product which actually solves the problem of human mind, I can say. But nowadays I'm thinking to contributing more and more, very specific to niche industry, to solve their actual problems and automate with AI. So it's not about just solving the problem based on voice, solving the base problem based on text, right? It is also usable when it comes to the IoT. I can also integrate Raspberry Pi with LLMs and it can do and can
Mm,
handle SCADA as well if we need it, right? So I have a lot of use cases currently I'm working on and I'm thinking of as well. But yeah, currently I'm continuing to serving my customers and my clients and the founders who are working with me.
great. Amazing. Well, yeah, really enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for coming onto the pod. For those that are listening, where's a good place to follow you or your company? Is it LinkedIn, or what's the best place to kind of keep in
Yeah.
touch and follow along?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can connect with us through the LinkedIn, and we are also in the like other, I can say, communication channels like Instagram as well, and we are in Facebook as well. So more or less people are coming majorly from the LinkedIn, but yeah, these are the social media platforms as well that they can.
Great. Amazing. Well, thanks again for the time, Mitul. It was great talking to you, and look forward to following along in your Accelerate's journey.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.